Hey everyone, it's Lydia with Rock Solid Self Trust, and I wanted to share a story today about a client named Sasha. But first of all, I just wanted to introduce myself, Lydia Hill with Rock Solid Self Trust and Rapid Transformational Therapy. I am a practitioner. My website is www.lydiahillhypnotherapy.directory, and I'm a graduate of Marisa Peer's program in Rapid Transformational Therapy. She is a renowned hypnotherapist and speaker and writer and teacher. She's established a school after having traveled all around the world giving talks about the work that she does. It is similar to talk therapy, but it's fast and effective. Reaching into the deep recesses of the subconscious is where things happen fast, things happen quickly, and clients really see change easily and effortlessly after just one session. So the format is that we have a consultation and we talk about your issue. I write down some words that are particularly potent and important for you. And those words we're going to weave into a recording that I give you after our hypnosis session, which is 1.5 to 2 hours. And you listen to this recording for 21 days. It's very important to listen to the recording for 21 days because that's how long it takes for the brain to adopt a new thought. So anyway, Sasha was my client, and she has a business working with people who want to get pregnant. And she was struggling in her business to just be a confident business owner. She was struggling to have confidence. She was anxious about making decisions. She wasn't sure about which direction to go and should I do this, should I do that? She wasn't sure about it. And she wasn't sure about herself. So when we had a session, we worked on her rock solid self-confidence, and we gave her a bedrock. We gave her a foundation. We gave her a solid foundation to work on, to work from, so that she could develop this self-confidence to be able to make decisions, with regard to her business, so that she felt really clear about what it is that she wanted. She set a goal. She would set a goal to go do something, and then she'd be able to take those steps rather than waffling and rather than sort of thinking, oh, well, maybe I should have done this, or maybe I should do this first, or, I want to get there, but how exactly am I going to achieve that goal? And things were, very muddy for her. But after our session, she began to make decisions easily and effortlessly. She felt all this confidence within herself because of that bedrock, because of that foundation. And we worked on it in a session. So she did a really great job of listening to her recording for 21 days, which is the amount of time it takes for the brain to learn a new thought. So you need to give it time, but it's very easy to listen to this recording as you fall asleep, and everything just soaks in to your mind like lotion on dry skin. That's one of Marisa Peer's favorite expressions. So we work at the subconscious level, and the conscious level is where we are most of the time in our day-to-day activities. So I like to use this image of a pyramid or a triangle, and the conscious level is up at the top. And then the middle part of the pyramid is the subconscious, which I like to call a reservoir or a well. And then the unconscious is that bottom layer. So when you go into the hypnotic state, you're much more able to access the subconscious. And that is where we pull out these events, we pull out these experiences that you've had. And from those experiences, when you were little, you formed a belief. If you had an older sister, for example, who was really confident and beautiful and received all the attention, then maybe at a very young age, you formed a belief, I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not skilled enough. I'm not qualified. I'm not enough. Because you had that older sister who was always setting the bar really high, who was beautiful, who was successful, who was confident, right? And you were comparing yourself. And at a young age, we form these beliefs which aren't true, but in that particular circumstance, you can see how you would form that belief. But then you hold on to that belief, and it begins to form you as you go through your life. So by the time Sasha was an adult, for example, she had this belief that was impacting her business that she had formed when she was really young. She had a sibling who was making all the decisions. She had parents who couldn't make decisions, so she was sort of replicating that scenario. She had parents who weren't able to make decisions, so she thought that was the way to operate in the world. There are many different ways to make conclusions when we're little that don't make sense when we look back. We look back at these things that we lived through, and we look back at the beliefs that we formed when we were little that then form us. So, for example, going with that example of the older sister, when you get to be an adult, you continue to think, even though your sister has gone off and married somebody and she lives in a different town, a different state, a different country, you're still living with this idea that you're not beautiful enough and you're not good enough because you have an older sister who takes the spotlight, who takes all the attention away from you. You see how that happens. And so then as an adult, you're not blooming, you're not blossoming, you're not flowering, you're not reaching your potential because of this belief. And the beliefs that we have that are limiting beliefs, I mean, we certainly have very good positive beliefs that we grow up with as well, right? But the limiting beliefs, the negative beliefs, they go like this and they press down upon us and they keep us small. A limiting belief keeps us small. A limiting belief keeps us in a box. A limiting belief prevents us from going out into the world and really doing what it is that we're meant to do. So my program, Rock Solid Self-Trust, is about overcoming self-doubt and anxiety by focusing on this self-trust piece. Where is it in your life that you lost your sense of self-trust? Where is it in your life that you lost that sense of self-belief? Self-trust and self-belief need to come first. And when you lay down that bedrock, when you lay down that solid foundation of rock solid self-trust, then everything can flourish and grow from there because you have that deep and abiding sense of self-trust within you. And if you have a deep and abiding sense of self-trust, then there's no real room for self-doubt. There's no room for anxiety. There's no room for waffling, right? There's no room for indecision because self-trust is there. Self-trust comes first. And so basically, you can think of it as preventative. It's a preventative measure. So when you install self-trust, it's a preventative measure against self-doubt. It's a preventative measure against anxiety. It's a preventative measure against indecision, right? And then you don't have those issues, and then you can go forward and run your business like Sasha's now able to do. She's able to know what she wants. She's able to make decisions. She is able to delegate. She's able to see the long view, and she's able to, generate clients, generate business, and have an amazing income from this wonderful business that she's now, her business is now thriving because she's not being held back. It's almost like if you don't have self-trust, if you don't have self-belief, there's a gate. It's a gate, and you can't open the gate to go further. You can't open the gate to develop your business until that self-trust has been installed and until you've laid that down, until you have that bedrock. So my name's Lydia Hill Hypnotherapy.directory is my website, and I would love to work with you on helping you with your self-trust and with your self-belief. Rapid transformational therapy is a unique method that Marisa Peer has formed. She's all over social media, Peer. Look her up and check her out. I have done her training. She's training loads of people like me to help people like you around the world with a host of issues. Just remember, most problems are emotional in nature. And the Western medical model is very good for critical care. It's very good for car accidents. It's very good for emergencies. But beyond that, I think we've made a big mistake by just giving meds. And I was a nurse for a little while, and that was all I did, was I gave meds on my shift twice. I had a 3 to 11 shift. I would take that med card out twice, giving meds to people. Yes, sometimes people need help sleeping, but overall, I really think all of these patients that I had at one time could have been helped by this incredible method that gets to the root cause. So this is really near and dear to my heart, getting to the root cause. We get to the root cause by going back. As I said, Sasha went back to her childhood issues, her childhood memories. The other individual went back to her childhood where her sister was so beautiful and she didn't feel like she was beautiful enough. We go back to the root cause and we pull out that limiting belief and we install rock solid self-trust. We install positive beliefs so that you can flourish and do the things that you are meant to do in your life. Reach out to me. I'd love to work with you. My name is Lydia. Check me out. Check my website. Check my Facebook page. Subscribe. I'd love to have you subscribe. Thank you for watching.